So today we're going to be making Peppermint Patchouli Soap, which has been a customer favorite here in northern Maine. It's well liked. So anyway, in this recipe, which I'm going to include for a 4-pound, I made a 12-pound batch, but I just divided that by 3 to make a 4-pound batch to give to you guys, because you may not make 12 pounds, but whatever, you can multiply or divide. It's smaller or larger or whatever you need to do. So I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I have my melted oils ready, and I've already added my goat's milk to the oils. So I did a 1-to-1 ratio with the water to the lye, and then the rest of the liquid portion I used as milk, and I just added it to the lye and not the water. For my candy cane top, using the ribbon candy soap top swirl method, I'm going to be using this Himalayan rhubarb root. So I'm going to put just some powder into this little container here. And when I say little, I mean little. Like, that's maybe about a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just going to add the powder right into there. And in a minute, when I'm done mixing in the essential oils into my soap batter, I'm going to pour a little bit of soap in there and mix it, and that's what I'm going to use for the red on top. So my essential oils today are peppermint, Japanese peppermint, and the light patchouli, both from Nutritious aromatics. Okay, I'm gonna pour just a little bit of soap batter into this container, and you'll notice when this batter, the soap hits this brownish powder, it's gonna turn a nice red. And I don't need a lot of soap in here. I just put about 1/3 of a cup. You can see that's a really pretty kind of almost like reddish purple. I'm gonna put my top on, and I'll set it aside for when I need it in a few minutes. Okay, I have this thing on a selfie stick. Let's see if I'm coordinated enough to do the spoon thing and film at the proper spot. So, okay, so here I have this baby spoon, and I'm going to use this end right here to do the scooping, texturing. Oops, there we go. Now you can texture the top any way you want. For this loaf, let's do a single a single swipe from one side. Okay, there's the first one. Okay, now for this one, let's try it just slightly different. Let's do 2 scoops or 2 swipes coming in from both sides towards the center. So I'm going to start with just this side first. This soap is a little bit hot. It's setting up a little more quicker than normal, but that's all right. It's not riced or seized, so we'll consider that a plus. Now coming in on the other side, from the other direction. Now I like to try to do it like in the center. So instead of having the 2 swirls meet dead on, I like to have that one, see how it's kind of like in the middle between these 2. Okay, so there's the second one. Although this, it looks great coming in from the center, but I find when I'm wrapping them, they're kind of high and the tops rub on, like I put them in cotton bags or organza bags when I sell them. And so sometimes it rubs against the bag. So I'm gonna do my 3rd batch or my 3rd loaf, kind of this single one. The peppermint is strong too. I can feel it in my eyes, which I like. Oh, those are the essential oils I had used right there. Okay, so my 3 loaves are done. Which method do you prefer? The one like on the side where it's only 1 scoop from one side, or where they both come on both sides towards the center? Just comment below your preference, because I actually am interested in hearing it. Thanks. So now I'm going to just put these in my oven and turn the oven on to 170 degrees for a couple minutes and let these things gel. Okay, I had put my soap into the oven and I turned my oven on to 170 degrees and let it preheat, and then once it hit 170, I turned it off right away. And then I've just let it sit here for, it's been about 15-20 minutes. So if you get closer, you can tell where like in the center and the tips it's starting to turn opaque. So it's gelling, and so I'm gonna go ahead and take it right out of the oven and let it finish gelling at room temperature. I just took them out of the oven, and so this is where you can see where it's starting to be opaque and slightly darker. That's where it has gelled. And it's going to continue to gel. And this one had been on the bottom and is not gelling on the surface yet, but I know there's something going on down below. So I've sandwiched it in between the 2 hotter ones. My oven doesn't heat evenly, but this one you can see the center is gelling, whereas the sides are not, but it's going to continue to go right through gel phase. Okay, it's the next morning and my soap is ready to unmold, in which I unmolded this one, and now I'm just going to cut it with a knife. Now I did order a soap cutter finally, and I can't wait for it to arrive because cutting all this soap is starting to wear on my wrist, but you can see there it's plain, and then the and I'm going to show you how I stamp my soap. Okay, so I figured you didn't need to see a video of me cutting my soap because it's pretty straightforward cut. Just cutting it like a loaf of bread. So when I stamp my soap, I cover it with a piece of saran wrap first. And then I take my soap stamp and just press firmly. And with the saran wrap, it releases really easy and none of the soap ever gets stuck in my stamp. So that's why I use saran wrap. And also it prevents like cross-contamination if, you know, because I don't clean the stamp completely every single time. So if someone had allergies or whatever. And there we have it.